Lessons from a Vending Machine for OCD Recovery. If you have read the title and thought that doesn't add up, what does that mean? Stick around and you're gonna get it. So there is a story of this young girl that really wanted to get the sweet that she loved from the vending machine. So she gets her coin from her parents and she goes to the vending machine and she puts the coin in, and her sweet falls down to the box where she needs to go and collect it from. So as she puts her arms through the hole, her hands get stuck. For whatever reason, her hands get stuck and she cannot get it out. And her family gets desperate because it's been over 5 to 10 minutes and the kid's hand is now getting swollen. And the father has tried to pull her out, the mother has tried to pull her out, her sister has tried to pull her out, but she's still stuck with her hands. They finally called the firearms to come and check on the kid and see why is it that her hand is stuck. And the fireman comes in and he kneels down next to her and he notices that her hand is closed like this. And he looks at the little girl and he says, "Sweetheart, are you holding on to something? Like your hands are closed. Are you holding on to something?" And the little girl goes to him and says, "Yes, I'm holding on to my sweet." And the fireman looks at her and say, "But have you thought about the fact that if you let go of your sweet and change the shape of your hands as it is now, that you're going to be able to stop the pain and remove your hands out of the machine and find freedom?" But the little girl looks at him and say, "No, there is no way I'm gonna let go of my sweet. I love it." And the man looked at her and said, "Listen, I promise you that if you let go of this sweet, this thing that you love but is hurting you, that I will give you a sweet that is far better than you could ever imagine." And the little girl looks at him and say, "Do you promise me?" And the man says, "Yes, I do." And she finally lets go of the sweet and she's able to get her hands off the vending machine and find freedom from ongoing pain. Friends, that's what we do as OCD sufferers. We are holding on. We are stuck in the vending machine. Our hands are holding on to all the compulsions that feel so sweet. It feels so sweet and so good when we receive reassurance. It feels so good and so sweet when we Google and we find the answer that we wanted or that we believe that we needed. It's so sweet when we finally check that door lock one more time. It's so sweet when you do whatever compulsion that's aligned with your subtype of OCD. But the moral of the story is that even though that feels so good and is so sweet, long term is keeping us stuck and causing suffering. We've got to trust when specialists, when scientists and all the doctors that have fully studied OCD, they have said that the gold standard treatment for OCD, and all of them agree with one thing, that those compulsions, the avoidance and the things that we are doing to get rid of anxiety, named compulsions, are the very same thing that even though it feels sweet, it's keeping us stuck. So my question for you today is, are you willing to let go? Are you willing to trust the specialists, the OCD advocates, and the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have found freedom from OCD? People like myself that once upon a time used to ruminate for over 13 hours. People like myself that had his family stuck and hostage from my OCD. It wasn't just me suffering, it was everyone around me suffering with me and because of me and my condition. But today I live a life completely free from it because I have trusted like that little girl in the end trusted the fireman. I trusted that the specialist knew better than I did because everything I thought was helping me in the end was keeping me hostage. So friends, are you willing? Are you willing to do what is right and not what feels good? You can do it.